Hi, Mark here from the Tangent-Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent-Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent-Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent-Bound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town. The sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a spurner. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's going on? This is Salty Language, episode 131.
Can I say the plumpest podcast on the network? Thank you, Thanksgiving.
Oh, man.
At least in theory.
Yeah. Probably mostly from you. I didn't eat a whole lot yesterday, so.
Oh, well then maybe not, because I didn't eat a whole lot yesterday either.
Oh, shit. Maybe we're not the plumpest then.
We're just talking shit.
Yeah, and we'll do that.
The shit talking is podcast on the website, the internet.
Well, we're the shit talking this podcast on our website also. I mean,
well, this is accurate. This is accurate.
At least I think so.
Definitely. Definitely.
I mean, unless, like Amazon or Patreon jumps in there and starts talking shit.
They might start talking shit.
They might.
Then it's going to be podcast wars.
Yeah, they don't want none of this.
All right.
What have to do is show them what happened to Graphic Novice.
Well, so fucking happened.
That's right.
Corpses on the moon now.
Right. They didn't realize we were playing the long game.
Exactly.
We just wait them out.
Goddamn right.
Oh, shit. Yeah, well, it's funny because, like, to talk about Thanksgiving, I kind of have to go back a couple of days first. And I had a wisdom tooth removed on Tuesday, which I was like, I'm like, the last one I had out was no big deal, as I talked about on here. And, I was like, a couple days afterwards, I should be fine to, maybe I can't eat certain things, but the softer foods I'm probably good on,
Like, gotta stay away from that rock candy.
Yeah, probably. This is one thing that's nice about Thanksgiving, though, is most of the food is fairly soft.
Right.
This
is true.
The only thing that's like crunchy or sharp would be like, if there's like the onions on top of, green bean casserole or something along those lines.
Turkey bones.
Yeah. Pie crust,
You're 100% accurate on that. Now that I think about it, pretty much everything.
Yeah. At least in the
Thanksgiving wise.
For my family,
in
traditional.
Generic blanket Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Is turkey, which, it better be moist and tender.
Right.
Right?
But if it isn't, you can make it soft by drowning it in gravy.
That's true. Or, having someone baby bird you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ow. Of course. But yeah, then there's mashed potatoes and gravy. Goddamn rolls. Stuffing.
Yep. All soft. Yeah.
Green bean casserole, because people love that shit for some reason.
Yeah, like I said, the only thing on that would be, like those fried onions that are on top that some people put or something.
This might be just an outrage, but I've never been a fan.
I'm not really either. I know why they're on there. It's for the, the texture
I'm talking
difference.
about the dish in general.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't have
I like green beans.
Mm-hmm. I'd rather just have green beans, like some garlicky green beans with like almonds or something like that. But
yeah, I mean, my mom makes these green beans that they cook for like a day and a half with bacon involved.
Yeah, that's my grandma used to make that too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the first time I had it, I think about shit my pants. It was so delicious.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'd rather have green beans straight up like that.
Right?
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm saying is like, I'm trying to think what else. Like even if you have like, corn or anything like that, like pretty much any of the vegetables,
it's
carrots,
all
sweet
geared
potatoes.
for old people to eat, hence the family atmosphere.
It really is, right? There's nothing.
Old people and babies.
Yeah. I mean, even if you have ham, it's, or sausage, sausage isn't that hard to chew, it's like there's all sorts of just.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what I had the other day that would wound a mouth when you're eating it, but even the desserts are like pumpkin pie or, there's always fudge at my in-laws.
Yeah.
This is fascinating to me. I've never realized it's all soft food.
Right. So anyway,
we're changing this shit up.
When I had the tooth removed, it was not fun. Did not go as quickly as the other one. The top one took, maybe 5 minutes. The bottom one took over 2 hours. And
so how'd that work out for you?
Yeah, it wasn't fun. And
what do you mean?
For anyone wondering, no, they didn't knock me out first. It was just the old, couple shots of numbing agent, which they had to do again because I was starting to feel stuff later.
Wow, that's a problem.
Well, and the dentist had to take 2 breaks during the time because first of all, normally the way they do these things, they allot you X amount of time and then they have other patients. So, like while you're waiting for the stuff to numb you up, they'll go take care of 1 or 2 other patients and then come back. Well, the problem is since this took so long, she had other people that were waiting basically. So she had to go take care of them as well as, the fact that, she was giving it all she could to try to get this damn tooth out. And it just...
She was like standing on your chest.
Pretty much. She started on my right side and was like giving it everything she had, and then at one point she switches to my left side and tries it from that angle. And, and I was like, phew. And I couldn't feel any pain at that point, but you can feel that pressure on your jaw. Plus just sitting there with your mouth open for the better part of 2.5 hours is not pleasant.
Now you know how those glory hole chicks feel.
I guess, right? Fuck. It was brutal.
Now aren't you glad that wasn't the first tooth?
Yeah, cause I would, for this one, I'd be like, maybe I'll keep it.
Yeah, this teeth, I'm kind of attached to this guy. I like him a lot.
Now,
old lefty.
It's funny because this is the one that I just had like a little chip on the top of the tooth and that was the problem with it. And, we were, just decided to pull it because it's a wisdom tooth, Now, once she got into it, she realized that there was some, like, around the gum line, there was some decay that didn't show, I think, on the x-ray or whatever. So it's probably it's for the best that I had it out anyway. But, oh my God, it just was brutal.
Are you done with getting your wisdom teeth out, or do you have uppers to get out too?
I have one more on the bottom right. But it's not, like, it's fine for the moment, so.
Right.
And honestly, if I have to have that one out, given how terrible this one was, I might be like, can you just knock me out? Cause I just don't, it'll be easier for everybody. But man, sitting in the chair for a while, like when she would take breaks, I'd sit up, and I actually got up and moved around a little bit because, my ass was going to sleep,
Well, yeah, for sure.
But man, I'm sitting there and it's like, I didn't realize I was in there that long, I knew I was in there a while, but I didn't realize it was that long until, I'm looking, like, there's a window in the room and I'm looking out the window and I could see it getting darker. And I'm like, at one point, I'm like, I went in at like 2:30. I'm like, it's gotta be at least 4:00, like to start getting dark a little bit.
Am I slowly passing out, or
yeah, dude, it was.
Am I in time lapse world?
Oh man, at one point I thought she was done, and that was the second break actually.
Yeah.
But the reason she had to take the second break was she wanted to do another X-ray to kind of make sure she didn't miss anything, or I guess the problem was that the root was really long and it curved, and the way it curved, it was like right against the area where there's a lot of nerves in your face. So she had to be very careful as to not, cut into those nerves, because if she did, I'd have to probably go have oral surgery after that.
Right.
To fix it. And, so she was trying to be as careful as possible, but at the same time, basically yanking with everything she had.
Right. Isn't that insane?
Yeah, it was brutal.
Did the hygienist come in with water bottles like in the NFL and just like shoot her in the face with water?
For the second break, she's like, I don't know if you want to get up, or I'm like, can you like squirt some water in my mouth or something? I am so thirsty, so she, just used the thing, squirt some water in my mouth, and I, got a drink or so there. Cause I was, cause again, mouth open,
Like, man, I didn't know it was that easy. You got some breakfast out in that thing?
Right.
Can we mix this up a little?
That would have helped me a lot, like, hey, you got some whiskey? Like, let me, take care of this the old way. But fuck.
Right.
Yeah. I did get a compliment, from both of them that, my dentist was like, I've done a lot of these where it's really difficult, and she's like, you are easily the best patient I've ever had. And I was like, yeah, I know. I'm like, again, as I've said before, I'm great once I'm in the chair. I'm like, fuck it, let's get her done,
Yep, exactly. This is my life now. Yeah,
and it's like, I know there's going to be some pain and all, it's part of the, it's the price of doing business.
It's part of the gig.
Yeah. But at one point I was like, and she's like, could you feel that? And I was like, yes. So, boom, hits me with another shot. Oh, it was too, dude. I'm like gripping the arms on the chair. Oh, man.
Like seriously, whiskey immediately.
Yeah. I was saying the reason she had to take a break. The other was that like her hand was cramping. From,
right.
Picture if you were using pliers on something trying to turn like a lug nut or something for like 2 hours,
Yeah, for sure. Fatigue.
It's be like, man, I need to.
She clearly doesn't give out hand jobs.
Probably not. No. She probably went over and was like taking shots in between, be my guess.
Right.
Loosen her back up,
Yeah, I know, right? She should be doing steroids coming with Popeye forms.
Yeah, I know. Well, there was a male dentist working, and at one point, like, she even joked that she might call him over. Cause she's not, the dentist I had, she's not a very big woman either, but I don't think that has anything really to do with it, cause it's really more about leverage than it is like your size. Plus she has small hands, so she'd be able to get, maneuver better than some guy with, big old gorilla hands or something.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the guys that check your ass.
Yeah.
As we've talked about earlier.
Especially if they have, broad knuckles. Yeah, so that was no fun. And as a result, the first day wasn't terrible, except that about the time I got home, I got a call from the dentist office, and they were like, and it was the hygienist, and she's like, yeah, you walked off without your prescription for Tylenol 3. And I'm like, and she goes, we'll be here till 5. I look at the clock, it's 5:05. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, well, they told me I could take Motrin, and they called that in. So, I had like Motrin 800, which it didn't do a whole lot. It dulled the pain a little, and
right.
But the 2 days after were way worse. Like yesterday was the worst day. Like my jaw hurt. The like in between area of your mouth, like from, where your top and bottom jaw meet, like the hinge.
Having your mouth open too, it's got to just fatigue your muscles.
Yeah, exactly. So I was really feeling, like how after, like a car accident or real intense exercise, sometimes you don't feel it until the next day or the day after. Then you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
So that's
noodle legs.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's what was going on yesterday, and I'm like
noodle face.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not going to the family thing because I really like eating hurt. Like it just the motion of moving my mouth hurt. So
right.
I ate some macaroni and cheese and green beans because soft. So then my mom brought me some stuff later, and I said,
did you deliver her a head kick for thanks?
No, I went
just out of like Steven Seagal coming out of a coma instinct.
No, I just ate. I ate some stuff later. I had some turkey and sweet potatoes and a roll. Some stuffing. So it was again. Luckily, Thanksgiving food is all fairly easy to eat. So
right.
Oh, and I had a piece of pie later too. So pumpkin pie.
Next Thanksgiving, I'm making ribs, but not like 6-hour ribs, like 45-minute ribs that are tough as a mug.
Right.
We're going to change up this tradition of easy to eat Thanksgiving food.
Like take a good hammer to them to break up the bones inside a little bit too.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to have the hardest to eat food for Thanksgiving. Maybe like crab legs that don't have those clever slits in them that the restaurants give you.
Right.
Yeah. Not tender ribs.
Right.
Corn on the cob.
Yep. Jawbreakers for a dessert.
Yep, for sure. I'm sure I could find pumpkin spice ones. So it'll be Halloween or not sure. Halloween-y, Thanksgiving-y.
Yeah. Ugh. So anyways,
like corn nuts as a side.
Right. So you can destroy your teeth on those. Yeah. Eating gravel.
Why does this really nice china bowl have corn nuts and a silver spoon? It's a side dish.
Yeah. Obviously. Oh man!
I actually have 2, regular and barbecue.
Ooh,
because this is a fancy fucking meal.
I love those barbecue ones, man. I used to crush those things.
Right?
They probably did their fair share on my teeth too.
I haven't had a corn nut in a long time, and I'm kind of sad because they're enjoyable.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they are.
Right.
But they're delicious.
Yeah, that's all you have to worry about. Don't worry about the rest.
All right.
Oh man.
They sound slightly terrifying.
Right. They kind of are. I mean, when you hear someone eat them, it sounds terrifying because it really does. It sounds like they're eating gravel or glass,
Yes.
So
or both.
Man.
Oh, God, time to get the beatus, Brian.
So today, my jaw still hurts. Like the stuff that really hurts now is like, when I laugh really hard, it hurts.
Watch out. You're in pain for this episode. Here comes the pain train.
I already have been.
Okay.
Or like when I sneeze or yawn. Those are the worst things. Like the yawning is the worst,
Right.
So I've been trying to yawn by barely opening my mouth.
Yeah, doing like the stealth yawn.
Yeah,
you're trying to be like, I'm showing you I'm not tired. We're like,
exactly.
People are like, oh my God, he's having a stroke.
Yeah, it's been something. So
sounds like some.
Yeah. So hopefully from here on, it's it just gets better. But
it can only get better.
Oh man, I hope so. Yeah. So I do not recommend. I don't recommend. That.
All you have to do is ask. I got a really nice high speed drill.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I got plenty of bits. Mm-hmm. I got pliers and vice grip. I got all kinds of tools in the basement. They're not really the cleanest, but No, whatever.
We can soak them in some Listerine or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice and clean.
For sure.
Just put a big wood block against my face and hit it with a hammer.
Yeah, an ice skate and a rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I saw this in a movie once.
Yeah.
I think it was a documentary about dentistry.
Yeah, it certainly was. Oh, man. So, yeah, it's been fun.
It sounds like a great time.
No, it's not been fun.
No?
It's really sucked. Because, like even drinking or a glass of water or something has been troublesome,
Right. And you're still probably on no straws, right? Because you don't want to get that dry socket.
Yeah, no straws. I can't have booze yet. Still rinsing my mouth.
No booze on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Savages.
I know. Tell me about it.
That's part of Thanksgiving. Getting drunked up so you can tolerate your family.
Yeah, well, I skipped the family part, so it wasn't...
Oh, perfect.
I mean, I still wanted to get drunked up, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently it can make you bleed, and, that's bad or something. I don't know, whatever.
That's bullshit excuses from the government, Brian. We don't believe the government here at Salty Language.
You're right. It's the big anti-booze establishment.
Yeah, exactly. That's the anti-booze lobbies.
Yeah.
Fuck those lobbies.
Right. So, yeah, I got like 2 more days.
My liver, I'll treat it like I want.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, I got like 2 more days before I, so you're supposed to give it like 5 days with no drinking or whatever. It was funny because the first one I had out, they didn't ask me if I drank. This last one they did. And I was like, I wonder if they're asking me because of just the trauma I just went through. Yeah. That, they could see me going home and knocking down a 5th or something,
Like this guy's definitely going to drink.
Yeah. We should probably keep him overnight or something, because
yeah, for sure,
he's gonna go empty a bar somewhere.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Because you gotta keep on grinding. No,
that's right. Because y'all little bitches.
So there's my Thanksgiving story.
That's amazing.
Yeah, good times. Yeah,
good times.
So how was yours?
Well, I had a weird Thanksgiving.
Hopefully better than mine, at least.
I don't know. I might have dealt with the oral surgery.
Fair enough.
No, it was strange because Jeannie, she worked that day because double time.
Right. Jeannie of Hobie, right?
Yeah, Jeannie of Hobie.
Just checking.
So it was basically like, sure, I'll work a 12-hour shift to get paid for a full day.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yep.
But my family's Thanksgiving isn't until Sunday.
Right.
So it was just, me at the in-laws. And it was just weird because, like, she went to work and my kids are already there because all the cousins are over there, so everyone stayed the night.
Oh, yeah, right. So
it's just like, it was Thanksgiving, and I'm like, I'm just at my house, just me, drinking coffee with Bailey's in it and hanging out with my dog. And
right.
It's like, I guess I'll just, like, putz around the house and get some things done. And
nude.
Get nude and totally nude.
Right.
This is the best way to vacuum.
Yep.
Your, balls get caught in the rollers or whatever.
Oh, geez. That's...
Yeah. So it happens you got long balls.
I was just going to say, like, either you're vacuuming close to your balls or you've got your balls on the ground for some reason. I don't know what's going on here.
Right. But,
just don't make bacon or anything that splatters. That's the wrong thing to do when nude.
No, yeah, exactly. That should be our thing. Kitchen cod pieces. So you can, like, do nude shit in the kitchen and protect your junk.
That's a good idea.
Right? Make it look like it'd be like a clever pattern.
Oh shit! I'm just picturing the late night infomercial for these.
Yeah, because you got to have the slightly. It's not like full cool black and white. It's like the grayish black and white of the guy completely fucking up and dumping hot bacon grease on his dick.
Right. Like dumping the whole like skillet or pan or whatever, just
skillet
all over his groin.
Yeah, like he's pulling out one slice of bacon, he dumps all the rest of the bacon and all the grease on his dick.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Does this ever happen to you?
Exactly, right?
Oh, shit.
And then you cut to the guy wearing the kitchen codpiece, and it's perfect, fine. Same
thing happens, and he's standing there with a big smile on his face.
Like, except for his burned toes.
Right. And then he takes a sip of scotch, cause,
of course.
Yeah. Gentleman and all.
Gentleman.
This is great.
So I'm like fucking around the house, and then I look at the time. I'm like, oh shit! I think they're eating at noon, so I got enough time to walk the dog. Or no, I'm sorry, they're eating at 2, so I got enough time to walk the dog. Put on some clothes that aren't my fucking around the house clothes, and get over there. But but before I called the kids to be like, hey, just let you guys know I'm walking the dog and I'm heading over. Neither one of them answered their phone. I was like, these fucking savages. Pretty typical.
Right.
But as I'm like leashing the dog up, my phone rings. It's Leah. She's like, hey, Dad. I'm like, hey. It FaceTimes me, of course, because, the future, I guess.
Sure.
Like, hey, just to let you guys know, I'm about ready to take the dog for a walk, and I'll be over, we're eating at 2, right? And then Logan's like, no, we're eating right now. Like, oh.
All right, then.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
So that kind of set the mood. Already running late. So basically I got the dinner an hour late. But what made it weird is, like, there wasn't many people at the house. It was my immediate, in-laws, father and brother-in-law, or not brother, father and mother-in-law.
Right.
And like Jeannie's aunt and uncle were there, and then her grandparents, and that was it.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, the Risk and the Jisk, they were off doing, different family stuff. And so the people I typically talk to no one was there.
Right.
So I was like, and I love my in-laws, but their food spread isn't always the best.
Right.
Turkey was a little dry.
Mm-hmm.
They always have kielbasa, though, and that,
right. That's the winner right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm getting aroused right now thinking about it.
Yeah, I was like, you just tuck right into that tray of that,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You just pick it up and carry it around the whole day with you, just like grabbing pieces out of it.
Well, and they always like to talk politics, which I'm not into.
Yeah.
So I retreated out, and while I was watching football, and it got to the point where the people in the dining area were talking so loud that the TV was turned up, which then they talked louder, and then the TV was turned up, and it was just became just noise.
Yeah. I always love when people do that, where they got to overtalk the TV, and then they turn the TV up because they can't hear it because people are talking. It's like,
yeah, it's just the worst pissing match you've ever seen in your life.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, time to grab my phone and just kind of like deep dive and like kumbaya myself into a better place.
Right.
Through chatting with various people online and whatever else.
Yeah.
And that was great until my battery died.
Nobody had a charger you could steal?
I'm sure there's a charger somewhere because they do have an iPad. But at that time, I was like, all right, it's time for me to go. Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of an odd Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because there's one thing I really enjoy in my life is I like vegetables, and they never have like veggies.
Yeah,
it's all.
I think we talked about this last year too.
Yeah, enough with the it's starches and meat.
Yeah, that's pretty much what mine is too. Like I said, the sweet potatoes are kind of candied, basically. The
diabetes.
Yeah. The green beans are in, the cream of mushroom soup, basically. Corn is in a casserole. There's a lot of, whereas it's like, honestly, when I was eating stuff yesterday, like, first of all, I didn't have any mashed potatoes. That was kind of weird.
Right.
But it's like, I'll be honest. What I do a lot of times, I don't even screw around with gravy much anymore. I just put like my corn.
You don't screw around gravy?
Nope.
You son of a bitch. But why? Is it just not good?
Oh no, it's okay. It's just that I just put my corn right on my mashed potatoes.
But then you put some gravy on that.
I don't need the gravy though. Like usually the corn's got a little butter in it. And
shut your pretty mouth. You always need the gravy.
Yeah, it's, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's, been plenty of times where I've needed it for the turkey or something. But even that I've gotten to where I'll just grab like a little bit of sweet potatoes or something instead.
Well, here was the weirdness.
Yeah.
No mashed potatoes.
Huh.
No gravy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So my dry turkey, I'm like choking back down with all day IPA.
What? So, okay.
I don't know how they assembled the meal. I don't know.
Well, at least they didn't have like from a packet or a jar gravy.
Well, yeah, that's sacrilege.
Oh man, it pisses me off. If somebody,
I would put that jar of gravy in a microwave for 3.5 hours and then start spraying molten gravy on everybody.
That's either
Which,
erotic
that could
or
be my
terrifying.
next move.
Yeah, exactly. Cause there was one of the years that I can't remember who it was in my family that did that. And it's like, you made the turkey. Why didn't you make gravy? Like you have
all them drippings.
That's what that's for, is to turn it into delicious gravy. It's like, what are you doing? You know,
That's actually my funk name.
delicious drippings.
I'll say turkey drippings.
Oh, okay. Either way,
I like delicious drippings better because of the alliteration.
Right. All of your albums have like a nutsack that looks like a turkey. You know, the thing under the turkey's face.
Goddamn right it does.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like my gravies. I mean, it's because I'm spoiled because Jeannie of Hobie makes a mean gravy.
Yeah.
She can throw down.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
But Sunday's my family's thing. Although it's not at my mom's house, we're going to my aunt's house, which is
that's disappointing.
Also questionable because I know there won't be a fridge full of beer.
Yeah. That's disappointing because I know where your mom lives, and I didn't have a proper Thanksgiving. I'm gonna just show up, and be like, "Mom's,
hey, what's up?" She'd be like, "Oh, okay,
yeah,
we got plenty of food." Because there's one thing that they always do is, they plan for the large amount of people that are always there, and a small army behind them.
Right, exactly.
It's usually a full turkey and a full ham. It's like, this is ridiculous, guys.
Well, that's why it's like, and I know, I honestly, like, all joking aside, if I just showed up, your mom would probably be like, oh, like you said, just like, oh, cool, here's a plate and whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to sit at the kids' table, but whatever. Considering
the one time they did a Christmas party for my stepdad's company at their house, and they're having a barbecue place in that I knew T loved. And I'm like, hey, Ma, do you think I could bring my buddy T because he loves this place? And she's like, I don't care.
Exactly.
So we're mingling with my stepdad's employees and clients.
Right. Well, part of that has to do with, too, like, she knows that you're not going to bring somebody who's going to, like, trash the house or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. That's what my stepsisters are for. When they were invited.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, boy, I hope they don't listen to this program.
You're just speaking the truth, man.
Yeah, it's true. So I have to get a couple beers in me.
Yeah. Or sober.
But that too. I don't know. It was a weird thing. It's the first Thanksgiving I had in a long time. It was kind of like weird.
Yeah. Well, I bet too, because
last year, if you remember, we went to Florida and we just got invited to that, and it was the most welcoming thing that I've been a part of in a long time.
Right.
So to go and have actual family, and I'm sitting out there by myself on my phone because I can't deal with the noise.
Oh yeah,
which is weird.
What's amazing about that is you couldn't deal with the noise, and there were two of the the clan that weren't there that also generate tons of noise.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. So that's saying something.
I know it's a lot to be said because the noise that gets generated it's depends on the subject matter.
Yeah, of course.
And it was all political crap.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't want to hear you guys arguing about Trump and this and that.
Yeah, it's like seriously, save that for some other time.
Yeah, and I should have brought beer because normally the beer fridge is pretty well stocked, but it was just stuff I didn't want to drink. And
right.
It's like, oh man, I need to go back home and have a proper. That's why I came home and had a nice Founder's breakfast stout.
I figured. I thought you were referring to gravy.
Oh man, that would have been all right too.
Be like the Married with Children where Al's just cracking open cans of gravy and drinking them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I do enjoy a good gravy, Brian. Yeah.
Again, as long as it's
that'll be my new web series, Gravy Connoisseur.
Wow, I just like the idea of you going into like wherever you go and being like, do you have gravy? Like, what kind? What color?
Like, well, yeah, we have brown gravy, we have beef gravy, and of course we have our sausage gravy. I would like all three.
Yeah.
In separate saucers.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. Because I drink it like milk, like a cat drinks milk out of a saucer.
Right.
Now, see, who the fuck is this guy?
I was picturing you drinking the gravy like you were at a wine tasting, and then spitting it into a bucket.
Can I get an empty glass?
Yeah.
Sure, just spitting gravy into it. You'll never believe the guy at table 15. He keeps swishing gravy and spitting it into a glass.
Oh, man. Again, that's one of those things, like, if
Get it.
we just had one of those stupid-ass TV shows, that's the kind of stuff we'd end up doing.
For sure.
Having someone go in and do that.
When I was putzing around the house, because I was sitting behind my TV organizing the wires, because it kind of looked like a small explosion happened back there. Mm-hmm. And I had I got my little phone tripod here. Ooh.
Yeah.
So I had my phone set up. I was just watching YouTube just for background noise.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what these guys are called, but I discovered this web series, and I started plowing. Not web series. I guess it's basically a vlog. And I started plowing through episodes of this shit. It's Lost in Vegas. That's what it is.
Okay.
It's two black guys, and I haven't watched enough to know their full background. But from what I understand is they're hip hop dudes. They love hip hop, right?
Okay.
And what they're doing now is they basically watch music. They watch music videos, like new music, or the ones I got into is they watch metal.
Okay.
Like you go, hey, you should listen to this, and they critique it. And the first one I watched, I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch these guys, because they when they start talking, you're like, oh, these guys definitely have an urban aspect to them, just by the way they're just slang and all that. Mm. I'm like, I don't want to hear these guys shitting all over Pantera.
Right.
But they don't. They're like, oh man, this is fire. And they get into it.
So, like, as you were describing this to me, it reminded me of the guy who went to his first hockey game last year.
Yeah.
Like that kind of video. That. Yeah. That was an awesome thing to watch. For some reason, people haven't seen it, go look for it. It's really awesome.
Because the one guy talks about how he works out and listens to metal, so he's familiar with some of it. The other guy has no clue about any of it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, I started going through their timeline looking for songs I liked, because they played music, but they paused it a lot, because like, how we paused it? Because, copyright. Jesus. I'm not braining.
Oh, right.
But I don't know. It was interesting. It gave me something to watch while I was, dicking around and making myself late to dinner.
Right. And Tony, why were you late? I was just watching these guys talk about metal.
Basically. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, classic Tony.
Classic Tony. But yeah, it was all right. It was a weird Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's all right though.
Yeah.
It makes me, the thing that sucked too is I kept getting texts from our friend Keith, because he was smoking a turkey.
Yeah.
And asking me if I was smoking one, and kept sending me pictures, and he says it's the best thing he's ever had in his life. And then randomly today at work, because I had to work today for some godforsaken reason, I asked just one of the random secretaries I see, I'm like, hey, how was your Thanksgiving? She's like, oh my God, we smoked a turkey and it was the most amazing thing I've had in my life. Geez. I was like, you're the second person to tell me that. I'm now doing this.
Yeah, now this has to happen.
Yeah. I am officially sold.
Right. It was just like yesterday when I sent you that text, I had a notification on Facebook, so I opened the app, and the first thing that's staring me in the face is like, man deep fries 9-pound ribeye, and I'm like, well, I have to watch this.
Well, I'm for sure in.
Yeah, and then I watched him do it, and then I watched him slicing into it, and I'm like, oh, gee, I had to go change, because just ruined my pants.
It sounds incredible.
Yeah, it was like perfect all the way through too, which was the most amazing part to me, because that was what I was worried about. Is I was like, I know there's going to be math that'll get you to medium rare or something like that, but it's like, man, to do the whole thing medium rare will be interesting,
Yeah, for sure.
He cut right from the outside though, and boom, is medium rare all the way from the outside in. I was like, damn.
I mean, how did he gauge it?
As far as like how long to cook it?
Yeah.
He said on there that it was, God, how many? Forgot how many. I think it was like 3 minutes a pound or something like that is what they worked it out to be or something. I'm guessing they've done it, probably trial and error. And then when they record the video, they already know,
I'm just fascinated by the fact they got it medium rare all the way through.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is yeah.
Because that's what I want to do with a steak is reverse sear it, which is you put it on the smoker until it's medium rare.
Yeah.
All the way through, and then you throw it on cast iron and fry up the outside, basically.
Right. Yeah, it was. I'm trying to think what else he did with it. He injected butter into it also.
Well, that sounds incredible.
Right. And then, of course, when he pulls it out of the oil, they use peanut oil. So when he pulls it out of the oil, he's like, you gotta wrap it up real tight. He's like, gotta get them juices going all through it.
Oh man, that sounds like my hero.
I know,
right here.
I know. I was very aroused while I was listening to him describe how to treat that ribeye. I was like, man, I wish I was there. I want to try some of that.
Is this a video I could watch?
Yeah, I think the guy's name is like Alabama Red. Or something like that.
That sounds accurate.
Yeah, he's a big old dude, and yeah, it was. I'm guessing he's probably got other videos too. Let's
see here, Alabama Red. Well,
my favorite part of the video might be toward the end.
There's apparently a turtle called the Alabama Red-bellied Cooter.
I don't think that's him. My favorite part of the video is at the end when he's like, follow me on YouTube and all this or whatever. Cause, it's just, he doesn't look like the kind of guy that normally would be telling you about his YouTube channel,
I've watched some YouTube channels where it's like, how does this guy even have the internet?
Right.
And it's usually something to do with, I was working, I've got an old riding mower that I always need to tinker with. And anytime I need to tinker with anything, I go to YouTube immediately.
Right.
And some of them, it's just some goddamn hayseed. It's like, I didn't know you could use a flip phone to broadcast to YouTube. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. There's a guy in one of the, Twitter rooms I'm in that we always make jokes that he's like tweeting from his, pager or a calculator or something like that.
Right.
Same kind of thing. Yeah, it was just something I just, like I said, I stumbled onto it. I don't know why I didn't save it to watch over and over,
Well, all I'm picturing is there needs to be a clever edit.
Yeah.
When he's, I don't know, I'd have to see the video, but probably when he's pulling out and talking about how you got to wrap it up tight so the juices stay going.
Yeah.
And right about there is when you need to cut in that gif of Kermit when he like starts putting the lotion on his hand.
Oh, there it is. Not Alabama Red. It's Alabama Boss. So I got the link. It'll be in the show notes.
Oh, Alabama Boss Vine Compli. He was a viner at one time, huh?
Nice.
Oh my.
Yeah. Boy,
this guy looks like he murders people when he's not cooking.
Right?
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'll tell you what though, I'd still let him make me dinner. So even if he's like, look, I'm gonna hang you up on a meat hook afterwards, I'll be like, that's cool, just give me some of that ribeye.
So he must have a vlog where he eats food, because I see there's a screen cap of him with the unicorn frappuccino.
Oh my.
Which I kind of want to watch to hear how he reacts.
I kind of do now too. Oh man. So, wow. Yeah, for those who...
That is quite the beard on him, too.
For those of you who don't know, as soon as I was done watching the video, I immediately, texted Tony and was like, dude, I just watched a guy deep fry a ribeye, and I'm sure Tony got aroused at me just saying that, so...
Oh, for sure. I was like, damn, this is the first time Brian's ever sent me a sext.
Yeah. Luckily, I didn't send you the video. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, really.
Oh my God.
Wow, I'm gonna have to check this guy out.
Yeah, like I said, for anyone.
In fact, you know what? Let me open up YouTube. I'll subscribe to him immediately.
Nice. Like I said,
26,000 subscribers.
That's it.
Goddamn, Alabama Boss.
That's not enough when you're deep frying a ribeye. Everybody should have been subscribed to that.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, it was one of the very few times though I opened Facebook up and was very pleasantly surprised. And, I totally had forgot what I went on there for because I got so caught up in that video. It's not very long. It's like 3.5 minutes.
That sounds like plenty of time.
I really want to get I can't imagine how much a 9-pound ribeye costs though.
God, 9-pound rib. That's like, ooh.
But
Let's Google.
But you know, if you had a bunch of people over and everybody threw in on it, you know, wouldn't be so bad.
So 9-pound ribeye roast on the Googler.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just fucking recipes. Thanks, assholes. Oh wait, let's hit the shopping link.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, looks like it ranges from about 70 to 170, depending on where you're buying it from.
Yikes! Yeah.
Right? Oh, but if you want USDA prime beef, bone in,
which you do,
you're looking at $239.
Jesus.
All right,
man. Well, that's why I said you just have to get some, various people.
I mean, a ribeye steak is probably my favorite steak.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, give me all the fatty beef goodness.
Exactly.
I will punch a baby cow in the face.
Tenderize it yourself, huh?
Yeah, I guess I don't want a veal ribeye, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we'll just take it over here and, give it the old bolt to the head. And you're like, nah, I got this.
Yeah. Double leg takedown, ground and pound.
Right. Oh, man. In an odd transition, speaking of double leg takedown and ground and pound, I was watching, I was bored and flipping through the channels, and The Ultimate Fighter was on. And
right on.
I think the season I was watching, it's all women. And the fight, I watched two fights. The one was fucking brutal. Like early in the fight, the one girl or woman leans down a little bit, and the other one was coming up with the old like tiger knee and just crushed her forehead, right? And as soon as she hit her forehead, she looked like Ric Flair, like Crimson Mask. It just started gushing. Sorry.
God, dude.
Sorry, anyone who's sensitive to this. I should have maybe warned you. Meh.
It's salty language.
Dude, it went on
for
by
the way, I'm Tony.
I'm Brian. I think it went, like, this was round one. I think it went 3 rounds. Like,
holy hell.
She got, like, the second round, she got a late takedown, which I think it allowed her to kind of steal around. Right. And she wasn't too bad in the second round, but dude, that first round, it was all the other women, cause, obviously, that's a significant blow. And, just kept, and at one point she had her on the ground, and I mean, just boom, just working elbows on her. And I'm like, they gotta stop this, cause, and then the woman, all of a sudden gets her guard up and gets out of it. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like, I admire the hell out of her heart, but
yeah,
it's like, Jesus.
Like, bitch, you're bleeding everywhere.
You gonna lose.
Your forehead is currently having a heavy flow.
Yeah. I mean, it was brutal.
That sounds like a problem.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. But, after the fight, like Dana White came up to her and was like, you got a hell of a heart, for staying in there. Like, you didn't give up. You didn't just lie down. You were like, fuck you. I'm gonna, keep fighting.
Well, she loves Galaxy Quest. I don't know if you've seen her profile. Oh, no. Never give up, never surrender.
Right, exactly. Well, and
by Graf Mars Hammer.
Wow. And the thing is, like Dana White walking up to her like that, it's like, I wonder if maybe she'll get a tryout down the road or something, Right. Because, clearly she wants it, and she didn't, like I said, man, that when they showed the replay of that knee, I was like they showed, Dana White and her coach, like the reaction of them when she took that knee, and they both were like, oh, and kind of jumped back, Yeah. Good
times.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think he actually said something to her about her taking all the damage she did. And he's like, you're a pretty girl. You got to protect your face or something like that. Oh man. So yeah, that was a good time. It's nothing like
sounds like
flipping through the TV and just watching a bloodbath.
Yeah. Goddamn bloodbath. Exactly.
Oh, man, it was one of the worst I've seen from a knee, like split somebody. Like I said, a lot of it was, I think she was kind of leaning into it as the other one's coming up, and just,
right.
No bueno.
And smashed.
Yeah. So that was fun.
Oh, I've been watching some stuff too, Brian.
Oh, I've been watching stuff too.
We started watching The Punisher.
I have not yet.
God damn! It's pretty good.
How far in are you?
I think we just finished episode 6, maybe.
Okay. By next episode, I'll be done with it. Each time I go to start it, I'm kind of especially the last couple days, because the medicine I'm on makes me a little fuzzy. So I'm I don't want to take it while, I want to wait till I can pay attention.
Right.
So probably tonight or tomorrow I'll start it.
Yeah, it was, it's pretty terrific, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far so good.
Good. I was hoping.
Oofa. That's all I can say. Oofa.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I guess we won't get into it too much.
Well, no. Yeah, because I haven't watched it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, besides that, I haven't watched it.
Well, I finished up It's Always Sunny, which I was so disappointed. There's only 8 episodes in the season.
Really?
Yeah. Which I guess that makes sense, because I've seen a few shows as they get long in the tooth, that they've been doing that less episodes in the final couple seasons, and I think I honestly think it's kind of to milk out extra seasons,
Right.
Because instead of putting out 16 or 13 episodes this year, they put out 8, and then if they have another season, you put out another 8 like that, which I don't mind, especially when you're binging. It's one of the things I love about British shows usually is you can just burn through them in one night or 2 nights.
British shows.
Right.
Right.
But then I was in a conversation with some people the other day, and the show 6 Feet Under came up.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I've never watched it. And I got thoroughly yelled at, so...
So it's on your list now?
So, well, I started it.
Okay.
I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes of it. It's pretty good. I actually am really digging it. So, I mean, there's a lot of episodes of that though. So, it's one of those where I'll probably bounce between it and other stuff. But, because I was when I saw it, I was like, that's an HBO show, I think. I was like, that should be on HBO, whatever it is I have now, I think it is. No, I don't have Go, I have Now, which is the streaming one or whatever it is.
Yeah, I have not watched 6 Feet Under as well.
It's pretty good. Dexter is one of the characters on there. I can't.
Right.
Was it Michael Scott Hall or Michael C. Hall? Whatever his name is. The guy who the guy who played Dexter.
That guy.
Yeah, he's on there and he's playing. A funeral director, basically. So
right.
But there's some really good, comedy in the show that I didn't know what to expect, because again, I haven't watched it, so I didn't really know. I knew there was some dark humor in it, but there's way more in there than I expected. The beginning of every show, someone dies, which kind of sets off, and it's part of the story throughout the show.
Right.
And the people because it's a funeral home based show, so and the deaths though are not conventional. They're funny type, or they're really odd. One guy falls into a dough mixer and the other guy slips on something and hits a button and turns it on,
Dough mixer.
Yeah. But they also have ads for stuff like filler that they would use, to fill in cuts and stuff on someone's face so they can look presentable,
Right.
And there's a woman going, facial filler or whatever,
Oh my God.
It's really funny. Yeah. It's cracked me up. So, yeah, that's been fun though.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I've been watching, other than watching the Lions lose yesterday, which made me sad panda.
Yeah, that's fair. That whole blocked extra point field goal, so whatever it was, in there, and then ran it back, and then the guy was so offside.
Yeah. Was that Slay? I think. Yeah, I think it was Slay.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Anywho, well, besides Thanksgiving and getting your face ripped apart, did you do anything else last week?
That's not enough. Oh man. No, not really. Oh Jesus. One other thing I did was, we went to the store,
right.
Wednesday, we went to the grocery store on Wednesday. Oh my God, what a nightmare. And of course it wasn't like, oh, we just need milk and bread. It's like, oh, we need everything.
Yeah, we like eating.
Yeah. So yeah,
and so does everyone else.
I'm not kidding. We had the cart so full that we were like, I don't know if we can have any room for this when we were grabbing like the last couple of things.
Oh
and
my.
What I afterwards I was like, you know what? I was like, this is the perfect time to have used the online shopping where you just show up and they bring it out to your car. That's what we should have done. That way we wouldn't have had to go inside at all.
I'm surprised more people don't do that.
Yeah, I keep thinking about it and, cause it's one of those things, like you could even have that done and then go, oh, you know what, let's grab this or this. You can go back in real quick and just grab the couple things you want, and be done with it.
Because once upon a time for my work, before they wised up and got a vending service, my cohort and I used to have to go to Sam's Club and pick up, like, they'd give us a list and a check of all the candy and pop we needed for the vending machines.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, wow, this is the biggest waste of time ever. Us walking around trying to find fucking M&Ms and pretzels and whatever else. So me, being me, I went, hey, I'm going to set it up so I can order, because I have a thing. You order everything online. They fill up a cart for you and you just show up and you pay for it and you leave.
Right.
I mean, this is years ago they were doing that at Sam's.
Did they charge for it?
No.
No? See?
You just had to log in and register an account and then just go a day ahead of time and do it.
I think Kroger charges like $5, which is totally reasonable.
Not bad.
No.
Especially like day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, pretty much any time, if I don't have to walk around the grocery store now and deal with that, that's worth $5 to me. And the thing is, it looks like right now, I don't know if they'll continue it, but they run, specials for that stuff. Like if you're doing the click list is what it's called. If you're using the click list, you can get there's different coupons that you can get. And some of them have been decent, so they're trying to give people incentive. And it's, like I said, every time I'm in there, I see one of the people in there pushing a big cart around, grabbing groceries for people. I'm like, I really got to do that one of these times.
It makes sense,
It's just so much easier.
Yeah, for sure. But we last weekend tried to ingest as much beer as we could. It felt like.
Yeah.
Because Ashley from Trivia Night, she had a Friendsgiving, which we missed the actual meal.
Yeah.
But Jeannie and I were like, once she gets off of work, I think it's what it was. Yeah, Jeannie had to get off of work. Maybe. Doesn't matter. And we went over to her place,
Yeah.
To do, just to kind of hang out and have some drinks and, play some Cards Against Humanity. But before we went was the day that, Ernest Brewing Company, going local here, was releasing their Scotch Ale.
Right.
So I was like, for sure, we need to go to Ernest's because Ashley lives 5 minutes from there.
Right.
Go there first, try the Scotch Ale, and then we'll go to her place for Friendsgiving.
Right.
Show up. There's probably 5 beers on the wall we hadn't had yet. So, of course, all the beers. # all the beers.
Right. As you'll do.
As we'll do. But the Scotch Ale was nowhere to be found.
Right.
And I went, excuse me, madam. I'm here for the Scotch Ale. And she went, oh, no one told me anything about that. So it's like, God damn it. So like, oh, whatever. And we got our flight and, we're enjoying all the beers. And Jean's like looking at the clock going, we really need to get going because, I don't want to be late. I'm like, yeah, all right, fair enough. As we're ready to leave, they're hanging up the sign for the Scotch Ale. Like, oh. And we already paid our bill. I'm more than willing to pay another couple bucks for a sample.
Right.
So I was like, hey, can we get a taste of the Scotch Ale? And they just poured us 2 little samples.
Right. Didn't
charge us. And it was delicious. I ended up buying a crowler of it, which I still have. That's why I need to get you over here so we can crack into it.
Yeah.
It's a delightful Scotch Ale, kind of sweet, definitely Scotchy. It's like a 9.7.
Oh, so it's light. Yeah.
Light. It's very tasty.
Yeah.
Right?
I bet.
So we did that, and we already had a 12-pack of beer in our car. Went to her house. Had more beers, had some food, played Cards Against Humanity, had good times. Mm-hmm. Watched her dog pee everywhere out of sheer excitement of friends coming over.
Right.
Right. It was good times.
Yeah.
Left, went home, slept, got up the next day. I think it might be the next day. I don't know. It's so long ago, 7 days.
Right.
Feels like an eternity.
It does, yeah.
But then the next day, Cotton Brewery in Adrian was having cider and donuts.
Right.
Right?
Oh, you know what's weird about this?
What's up?
Pull the curtain back a little bit.
Pulling the curtain back.
Is I'm like, I'm sitting here going, I feel like you told me this, and it's like, but we haven't hung out. And it's like, I forgot we recorded late last week, and you were like, I got to save some stuff for the next episode. Yeah,
that's exactly what this is.
Yeah, it's like, all right, go ahead.
So we go to, which is the first time I've been to Kine, and Adrian's 20 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
First time I've been to this brewery. It's actually really cool, because we met some of Jeannie's friends, and her husband used to be an auto parts store. He used to work in there.
Oh, wow, okay.
He's like, this is way different than the last time I was in here.
Yeah, I would think so.
I mean, they got a really cool mural on the wall, nice bar. It's pretty cool in there. And they got pretty legit food. They got these things called cotton balls.
Mm-hmm.
And it's balls of deep fried mashed potatoes. And it's got like chunks of bacon and cheddar in it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
They're pretty good.
Right.
Yeah. But they're doing cider and donuts. So pretty much everything on tap was cider. They had 4 beers and then just ciders. And then, so if you get a flight of cider and you get a couple donuts from the local bakery, all in all, not bad. Jeannie got the ciders. I got the beers because, I'm not a cider guy.
Right.
Dude, the cider flight showed up. It basically looked like she was doing Jell-O shots. That's how bright and vibrant the colors were.
Oh my! Wait, they weren't all like the same color, essentially.
No.
Oh my!
Because they had a couple different apple, and then they had a raspberry, a strawberry,
right.
a blueberry, a peach.
I forgot about that. I was just thinking apple, and I was like,
oh man, everything was so sweet.
Mm-hmm. Too sweet?
Nah, yeah. Too sweet.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was. I did not enjoy the cider portion.
Mm-hmm.
The beers are okay. The cider and the food is great.
Yeah,
the cider's too sweet. My pancreas is still cringing because I had to try to sip everything.
Right, of course.
And they had a dry cider, which I could deal with, but it's still kind of sweet. And the other one that I was okay with was a dry cider mixed with legit apple cider.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of tastes like you're drinking apple cider, which I like apple cider.
Right.
But here's a raspberry cider. It's like, whoa, God, teeth all fall out immediately. I mean, it was just, everything was so sugary.
Why didn't you tell me that? I could have drank some of that instead.
Yeah, for sure, right?
You son of a bitch.
And it was just weird because they're pairing super sweet ciders with donuts.
Yeah. Now, were they donuts or were they fried cakes?
No, they were donuts.
Okay.
There was a blueberry sour cream donut, and the other one was a cinnamon roll.
Oh man, blueberry sour cream is one of my favorites.
It was pretty legit.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
But
I was just wondering because fried cakes are a little they're not as sweet usually.
Yeah, I would have been fine with that.
Yeah.
It was just sugar on sugar.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there some sort of weird sugar mascot, like kind of like the Michelin Man, but a bag of sugar?
There should be.
Because he walked out and kicked me right in the dick. Asshole.
Oh my God. It's so easy to picture it too. It's just, just a bag of sugar. Oh man.
Yeah, it was, oof.
Yeah.
I like the brewery. I like the vibe of the place. I could do without cider and donut.
Now, do they normally have more beers on tap, or is it generally a cider place?
I think they have, fucking verbal crutches, man.
Like what?
They have 15 taps, I believe.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that normally they don't have that much cider on tap.
Okay.
But I really don't know. It's the first time I've ever been there. I'm not opposed to going back. The food was good.
Yeah. I was just curious if, someone with you knew or something.
We'll have to make a trip out there, a little salty language field trip.
Right. For science and all.
For science. Science! And I don't have a whole lot on my notes.
Yeah.
But I do have one thing that I need to address.
Okay.
There's a guy. He's a real doucher.
Okay.
And he really proved it this week. He delivers dry ice Okay. So I see him once a month, maybe, because he delivers the spot that I deliver to.
Okay.
It's the local hospital, their courier department. You know, they got to haul fluids and organ, whatever the fuck they got to haul. They need dry ice. They have coolers that just say human blood on them. I always think it's funny.
That's great.
I know, right? But he brings in dry ice. And this is last week, it was unseasonably warm here. Mm-hmm. And so he didn't have a jacket on. It's the first time I've noticed this. All like from the middle of his elbow to his wrist on his inner forearm.
Yeah.
He's got a tattoo in the worst lettering I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Bright blue. The guy loves the Lions. It's Lions blue.
Okay.
It could be 8,000 degrees outside. He's wearing a Lions jersey.
Okay.
You know, loves the Lions.
Right.
First time I've noticed his tattoo, though. It says Iceman. I would be fine with it if he didn't deliver ice.
Right. I'd also be fine with it if he was wearing a flight suit.
That would be even more legit.
Right.
But the fact he delivers ice and it says Iceman makes me think he takes the job way too seriously.
Oh, that's great.
That would be like me having a tattoo on my forearm that said Boxman.
Yeah. Wait, you don't?
Well, unless we're talking about that for sure.
No, we weren't, though.
We weren't at all.
No.
It'd be like a pizza guy with Pizza Guy on his arm.
That would be awesome.
Sausage
Man.
Sausage?
Yeah.
Hot dog vendor. Yeah. Sausage Man.
Nice.
I could not, all day, that's all I could think about when I saw it.
Yeah.
I'm blown away by the damn thing.
You're right.
I actually saw him today, and he was unfortunately wearing a coat because it was kind of a little chillier this morning. Mm. But as soon as I saw him climb out of his dog shit of a van, all that ran through, I was like, oh, fuck, it's the Iceman.
Right.
So cool.
Yeah. And from now on, that's what it'll be. Yeah.
Every time I see him now. Oh, geez.
I like to think that he had that tattoo before the job.
It was like fate.
Yeah. Like, and they were like, so, tell us, how bad you want the job? And he just pulls his sleeve up.
Do you have a resume?
Yeah.
No,
Boom.
I have this.
Yeah.
You're hired.
Yeah. Oh my God.
This isn't even a tattoo. This is a birthmark.
Yeah. Right? I was going to say the boss pulls up his shirt and he's got one too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like their Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, they have those tattoos of their...
Right. Clearly you've been training for this job.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I spent the past 8 years in the Himalayas training for this.
Right.
Just running up the hill with a bag of dry ice on his back.
Naturally, yeah. You never know. You never know when you need that skill.
Looks like the Rocky scene when he's training in Russia, running through the snow and shit.
Yes. Then it cuts to shirtless volleyball, of course, and
Well, of course, it's got to get sexy at some point.
Yeah. Oh man, that's wow.
Shirtless volleyball, while in the foreground, Alabama Red is frying a ribeye.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm okay with
Everyone drains their balls immediately.
It's not Alabama Red. That's just what I called him on accident.
Oh, what the hell is his name?
Alabama Boss. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, Alabama Red's pretty good, though.
Because it's a turtle.
Yeah. That's a good name, though.
It is. Man, the heat keeps kicking on.
Yeah.
And this room heats up. I feel like I'm in a kiln.
It's pretty awesome, right?
It's probably really great on all the electronics.
Oh, yeah, it's great for him. Totally.
Yeah, I should just crack a window.
Nah.
No, the Iceman thing, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't wrap my head around it.
The part of the story that I want would be to not sit him down and get the story on it, but to sit his friends down and ask them about it and ask them how much shit they give him for it.
I hope it's
just constant.
Metric tons.
Yeah. Like, hopefully they call him Iceman sarcastically.
If one of our friends was in that same position, they showed up if T showed up with a chicken man tattoo on his forearm,
Yeah.
he would immediately be eviscerated.
Yeah, you're right. We would kill him forever on that.
Yes.
And rightfully so. I mean, it's
only fair.
yes. Wow. That's special. What's this guy going to do if he loses that job?
Become an X-Man?
Oh man, it's like the people who get the tattoos of like their team winning a Super Bowl or something before the season, you know?
Right.
Like
or anybody with a team tattoo in general. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all.
Yeah.
I just don't have that kind of loyalty to a team in me, I guess.
Yeah. I don't really either. I mean, I've been very loyal to teams for a long time, but I'm not getting a Detroit Lions logo on me, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Is there any team, maybe Team Human? I'm all for the humans, especially when the aliens come.
Right. You're also all about Team Follow Back.
Oh, yeah. Is that a hashtag I need to add to my dirty Instagrams?
No, you certainly don't. You could, but no, you don't.
My favorite hashtag to add is useless hashtags. There's a ton of those posts.
That makes sense. I
It
can
does.
understand it, man.
At least I'm trying to be silly with my plethora of hashtags. God, I feel so dirty doing that.
You should.
I do.
You absolutely should.
Yeah.
All right, so
Might as well have Iceman on my forearm.
yeah, nice. So today,
Hashtag man.
hashtag Iceman. So today is Black Friday. You know, for those
Yes.
who don't know, when you're listening, it won't be. It'll be Cyber Monday or later. But
Wait,
What?
real quick. Didn't we at one time have a Black Friday show where we just had nothing but hip hop drops?
I think no, we let T pick the music for Black History
That's
Month.
right.
But I don't.
That's right.
Yeah.
Back when you did intro music.
Yeah, we were going to do a Black Friday or something like that where T was more involved in the show, but I don't think we ever did it.
You really need to work that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So racist.
It's kind of what we do.
So
Not overtly racist, fun racist.
right. Wow. Oh my. So today's Black Friday, and this isn't like, I don't want to talk about the assholes who are, you know, out stomping each other for $20 off a TV or whatever.
Right.
But this is, you know how like just sometimes the dumbest shit sends you into like deli rage?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So,
Iceman.
yeah. The last couple days I've seen, you know, because obviously stores are going to advertise for their Black Friday sales. Like JCPenney had an ad that I saw last night, and
Did they put it in the penny saver?
stop it. And they were the commercials like blah blah Black Friday deals doo starting at Tuesday or Thursday at 2:00, and I'm like, then it's not Black
Like,
Friday, it's Thursday.
Bitch, that's still Thanksgiving.
It's like, you know how calendars work, right? Like,
No,
don't get me
not
wrong.
JCPenney.
Over in, you know, other parts of the world, sure. You know, it might be Friday. Or would be Friday. Not might be, would be Friday.
Right.
But, yeah, Target did the same thing. Basically, you know, they're like, our Black Friday sale starts at, you know, Thursday at 6 p.m. And I'm like, it's not fucking Black Friday. Like, if it started
Way
at
to make up
midnight,
the rules, Target.
yeah, it's like if it starts at midnight to where it's crossing from Thursday into Friday, it's fine. But otherwise it's not. So, and the weird part to me is, I mean, I know it's Thanksgiving, but I'm surprised there isn't some other trite nickname given to, like, essentially the second half of Thanksgiving, which is when the sales start, you know?
Like Gray Thursday.
Yeah, whatever, exactly. I'm just,
Yeah.
I don't know why it irritates me so much, but it does.
Like, are you full of booze, food, and shame? Come spend your money
Mm-hmm.
at Kohl's or whatever.
Yeah, fine with me. I mean, you know, when I was working retail, I'll take it, you know, because time and a half.
Right?
And considering that, you know, well, when I worked at Best Buy, it was a nightmare. But when I worked at the video stores, Black Friday really wasn't a big deal.
No.
You know? So and Thanksgiving wasn't either. You know, that early you'd get some people, and then usually it was kind of
Not the store I worked at.
yeah.
Shudder. Although I remember one year somebody brought me a plate of food. I thought that was pretty cool. Like one of our regulars that we always bullshitted with each other, you know?
Yeah, I had the same thing. The one year I worked at Family Video, a woman actually called up to the store and was like, "How many of you are working tonight?"
Like, fuck you, hung up on her.
Yeah, exactly.
Prank caller.
Yeah. None ya, and hung up. And
just one sweet dick. Come on down.
Just me if you're bringing food. But she brought a good amount of food for us to all have, something. And she's like, "Oh, I feel so bad that you're working today." I'm like, "I'm not, because I'm making like $10 or $12." And, no, I was making more than that. Yeah. I was making probably like $13-14 an hour. I'm like, I ain't hating it.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's easy work. And, that's way too much money to be making for it. Like Christmas Day.
Slinging videos.
Yeah. For the Christmas Day was the same thing. It was like, people are like, "Oh, it must suck that you have to work today." I'm like, I'm making $22 an hour almost, like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like I volunteered to work in open close. They won't let me.
What always hits me is like, even today, working today just seemed useless to me.
Yeah.
Because all I could think about was, I could be at home right now with a coffee and Bailey's and my feet up. And
I'm disappointed, Tony. You should have been thinking about ways to deep fry ribeye.
I need a deep fryer.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You have a bathtub, don't you?
I do have a cast iron bathtub out in my little storage unit out
Just
there.
get some heat under that sumbitch. We'll work it out.
Right? For sure. And then we can, ward off seizures.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, wait, quick, pull the ribeyes out of there. We have to, we're under siege.
And then we can pretend it's a dilapidated boat.
This is true.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm with you. It's weird when places, are like, "Oh, hey, we're giving you Thursday off. Come back in on Friday, though, and then we're giving you the weekend off." It's obviously, but it's just weird. Like it reminded me of the old, like when we went to school for like a day or two, and then it was Labor Day, and then we have the weekend off. It's like
what are we doing?
Why are we doing this? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
all very dumb.
They should have just let you have the day off so you could frolic out in the yard.
Oh, I would have too.
I know.
It's been every time I have time to frolic in my yard, it's pouring rain lately.
Sure.
So I have about, I'd guess about 35 million leaves out there I still haven't taken care of.
That's not bad.
It's getting to the point now, I'm just be like, fuck it, I guess I'll just mow them in the spring.
Yeah. Yep. That's usually what I did. Like, I would just mow them in the fall and then, maybe start mowing it just a tad early in the spring to, mulch up them leaves.
Mulch that shit in, yeah. At this point, I just don't think I care anymore about the leaves.
Yeah.
I've kind of hit that point. Normally, the past couple of years, as soon as they start dropping, I'm coming out of the bushes with a leaf blower and a rake, fucking face paint on, going to war.
Right.
This year has just been too busy.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I'm very much, I don't know. I've seen so many people spend so much time on leaves, and I'm just like, why? They just keep falling. And,
Well, I mean, to be fair, I have an ulterior motive on mine too.
Yeah.
Is a couple years back we had this ridiculously awful bush in the front of our yard.
Sure.
And, much like today's generation, I hacked that bush down.
Of course. Right. Did you leave a landing strip or anything?
No, just bare wood
bare?
floor.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. And, but there's a couple chunks of stump out there still.
Mm-hmm.
So I always pile leaves on top of it because I live out in the country and burn on it.
Yeah.
And then attack the stump with my axe, and it's slowly disappearing. And,
right.
Boy,
that would suck if somebody decided to jump in the leaf pile.
Yeah. This is true.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Make sure you get it to a nice point, just in case.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, leaf pile.
I just don't care this year.
Yeah. I don't blame you. Fuck them leaves.
I mean, I even saw a newspaper ad where they're like, "I will do any size lot, leaf cleanup, $99," and it crossed my mind like, I was like, fuck 'em.
Yeah, it's like, it's just leaves.
Yeah, it's like, whatever. It's good for the grass, I'm sure.
Yeah. That's why it's all
nature drops them for a reason. I'm sure nature, it's all works. It's all part of a cycle.
Yeah.
We're not, we're trying to change, but
no, I wasn't. Like I said, I was just like, fuck it, I'll just mow over them.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like I ain't gonna go out and rake and mow. Fuck that noise.
Right.
I'm a lazy man.
But yeah, it's an all right week, Brian.
Yeah.
It's an all right week.
Yeah. Mine wasn't as all right, but I mean, really, it wasn't terrible other than, facial trauma, but
Yeah. These things do happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, that's what I got to talk about, man. I got nothing else.
Same here.
Right.
I think we've been ranting for a while. I feel like we've been talking for a while.
Yeah, we're in an hour 20. So, I mean, we're not,
Damn!
We're good.
We're right on schedule.
Yeah. So let's do some, shit, I forgot what it's called already. Dude Mountain.
Oh shit, son.
It's been so long since we recorded,
I know, right? It's been forever.
What's weird is it feels like it's been a while, even though it was last Sunday.
It's been less time.
Yeah, actually. Less than normal, but it feels longer. Maybe because this week has felt like a really long week to me for, obvious reasons.
Well, when they're trying to get you to talk,
mm-hmm.
you'll have that.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, Dude Mountain update time. Let's plow through these. Still holding strong to that bottom spot is Holding D's Nuts. Just, marinating in all the man juice of Dude Mountain.
Right.
Above them, Bend the Knee, followed by the Broth Monster. Still
nice.
love that name.
Yeah, me too.
And then, Brian, you're tied up now.
Oh,
you're creeping up.
Oh, I moved up? Okay. Whew.
You and Dr. Feelgood tied for 9th spot right now.
Nice.
Just above you is Genie of Hobie.
Mm.
And we still got the 3-way tie for 5th right now. The Vengeful One, John Bond, Tom Glistens, and Hobie McHobeface. Got me in 4th slot.
Right.
In the 3rd, Fuzzy and Fatty, Hanno's Dogs. Mr. Jackal, greater than the ones below. And still at top, Randy of Mount Savage.
Wow. See,
he's holding strong out there while he's frolicking with Disney and fingering the Chippendales and whatever else. Whatever else happens at Disney World.
Wait, you're talking about
land?
You're talking about the strippers, not the rodents, right?
Did I say? Oh yeah, Chip and Dale, not Chippendales.
Yeah.
well, whatever he's into.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to finger, if they're cool with it, I mean, as long as he's got their permission,
he might have to pay extra for it.
It'd be interesting to see who charges and who doesn't.
This is true.
Like, yeah, whatever. Go ahead.
Like, let me see your hands.
Yeah.
Let me check your knuckle size.
Yeah, take that ring off.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But there you go. And it's weird because we're starting to wind down Dude Mountain soon.
Yeah. Yeah, we're at week 12? 13?
Yes.
Okay.
We got 3 more weeks.
Man.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I know. Makes me sad though, because I'm like, man, football's almost over already.
No. What happened to football season?
Yeah.
Well, wrap this up with this.
Mountain, mountain.
There you go.
Nice.
Dude Mountain update.
Nice. That's all right. So I guess now we move to the Q of the W.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep.
So last week we asked y'all if you were king or queen.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you added that.
Yeah.
Good call.
Right.
What do you do to keep the peasants in line? And let's see here. I got a couple different because I posted a picture. I got answers across the board here.
All right.
Simply put, Michelle from Trivia Night just put up a picture of the Queen of England flipping both middle fingers. So I guess she's just saying, fuck you, peasants, is how she keeps them in line.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess if you control the army, you can kind of do that. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, so here from Instagram, we got the Waffle Sunday podcast. Says mandatory Point Break 1991 month. And for criminals, mandatory viewing of the 2016 Point Break.
Nice. I'm not sure exactly how viewing Point Break is going to keep them in line, though. What if people don't like Point Break?
I guess they become criminals.
Oh, okay. And then they have to watch. Okay, all right. It all works itself out. Okay.
And then the Flicks X-Raid podcast added, that is inhumane treatment. I'm pretty sure it violates every human right. And, which, Matt responds with, not the 1991. That's a human right.
Nice. Well played.
The Jeff and Dan show said probably have a few days of high, a few days of blows, and some party days in between. Basically a huge Roman orgy of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Either that or executions daily. You choose.
That's kind of what I had said. Was like put some heads up on pikes so that for the intimidation factor. I like it. Rule with an iron fist.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Rule with an iron fist.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to Facebook, which Dev gave us quite the answer here.
He's clearly thought about this a little bit.
Yes. He says, well, first and foremost is prima nocta. Make them raise my bastard children so they're too poor and too weak from child rearing to rise up. Once the child is grown enough to not be a burden or died from smallpox, I saddle them with increasing debt to the crown by the way of taxes and tithing, because I am the God King after all.
Makes sense. I'm on board with all this.
Yeah, for sure. If that begins to fail and the talk of revolution begins in the pubs and halls, I'll begin to behead those that wish ill of me and handsomely reward those that remain loyal to the crown. The heads of the traitors will be embalmed and placed in town square for all to see.
Again.
And to top it all off, I set up a social program to help the most unfortunate by taxing the slightly well-off more heavily, so as to create class warfare. If they're fighting each other, they won't have time to focus on me.
He's right.
He's right. And I'm not sure how to pronounce this. ACV?
Okay.
I don't know.
That's Monica.
Is it?
It's her name backwards.
You silly girl.
And by saying it backwards, you just sent her back to her dimension like Mixelplix.
Yeah, I know. It's like Mr. Mixelplix.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Akanam. Wow. Some savage answers here. I was going to say something like, throw some kick-ass parties and make them love me by being the hippie that I am. I see if I would have read that, it would be like, Monica. And if you're out of line, you have to sit in a room and listen to John Denver songs and watch The Nanny on repeat with no stimulation. I can't read. Until you repent and agree to do as I say. But, murder and make them weak by raising my little shits is also good. I can do that.
Yeah.
And then Philip says, keep it simple. By murdering all those who disagree and give untaxed booze to those who obey.
Wow. It's a good incentive.
All excellent answers.
Yeah. It's a good incentive to agree,
For sure.
I gotta say, to me, Dev wins, because I like that he has a multi-tiered strategy.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah. It's layers of just defeat for everybody around him.
Exactly. I love it.
Well, there you go.
All right.
That's all I got on my end.
On Twitter, I only saw the one. It was from Poop Culture, and they said free weed on the weekends, which I'm sure that would certainly work for a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
At Just in Time podcast said works on us every damn time. So there you go.
Yeah, they're in line. Perfect.
There you go. Yeah, it's been validated. Where is it? Okay, here we go. Fluffy Bunny Ash says that you can't just approach keeping the peasants in line from one angle, much like Dev. You gotta have multi-tiered and whatever. She says you have to employ various tactics. So first, I'd be a generous queen and give my peasants free ice cream and giant public feasts of ostrich, which is a great callback, and beer. But dissent will not be tolerated in my queendom. Any treacherous behavior from the peons will get them a one-way ticket to Jolly Fun Happy Land, for a chance at rehabilitation and re-education to avoid execution via unsafe amusement park ride. Now, for anyone who has seen the episode of The Simpsons, The Treehouse of Horror, where Ned is like the overlord, and they have to, like, Homer cusses and does all this stuff, and he has to go for re-education. That's what Ashley was thinking of, like something along those lines.
Ah, right on.
Yeah. Which is funny because when she sent me that last night, that was immediately where my head went.
Right.
Beforehand. So, yeah. So, she at least gives people a chance to, not become criminals or not get killed right away,
Right, for sure.
That's fair. So she's fair. That's all right.
Yeah. Fair and just.
Cheeto Bandito says if he were king, how would he keep the peasants in line? By being fair, just, and sharing the wealth and accomplishments of the kingdom with all the people of the land so that everyone prospers. Oh, and weed. Lots and lots of weed. So I believe that is everything I have.
Well, you know what I've learned from this?
What's that?
Fluffy Bunny Ash, Big Dev, royal power couple.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. They both,
that might have been off. Soundboard went right over you, Brian. What was that?
No, I stopped so that I wouldn't trample on it. That's what us professionals do, Tony. We don't talk over the drops.
Wait, what now? Huh? What are we doing? What happened?
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, man. So, yeah, that's what we got. So, for this week's Q of the W, was actually submitted by Fluffy Bunny Ash because Tony and I, neither one had one for this week.
Right.
So,
which
great
I'm just going to throw out there real quick. If anybody wants to submit a Q to W,
yeah,
hit us up on any of our social medias.
Mm-hmm. Preferably via like DM or something. That way it's not kind of all over the place.
Because believe me, trying to think up of something interesting to have you guys answer every week sometimes is a little rough.
Exactly.
What's everybody's favorite vine? And not like the account. I like the plant.
Perfect. That's my favorite.
Vine isn't a thing anymore.
Right.
Anyway.
So her question to us was, what would be the name of your autobiography? Mine's simple.
Ooh,
Mine's really, really simple. It would obviously have to be Hard Pass.
Hard Pass, the Brian Stewart story?
Yeah. Well, see, it's multifaceted because, of the times when like the depression and stuff that I've dealt with, which have been difficult. So Hard Pass there is that like you have a hard pass at life. And then also the hard pass in that women are just like, ew, and run away from me.
Right. Wow, this is a good one.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
Yeah. Shit. Oh, man, I have no idea.
Yeah. I probably should have given you this one earlier.
Yeah, this one, when I was like, keep it to yourself. That was the dumbest shit ever.
Here was the problem. When you said that, and I was like, oh, yeah, good call. I totally had forgotten what the question was.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it's been all of, 12 hours since I read it.
Well, I guess based on the fact that I just did that, I guess mine would be something along the lines of like, my foot, my mouth or something.
My foot, my mouth, Mein Kampf. Yeah.
Because I very much many times in the past have, sometimes my mouth goes before my brain goes, unfortunately.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's, you know what? The one that popped into my head for you would be like Tales of a Trash Panda or,
that's an excellent one too.
Karate Kicks for Jesus. I mean, that'd be a great one.
That would have been, that would have been it.
I'm just pulling like phrases you've used on the show or, oh shit, what was the other one I was just thinking of?
Oh my God, the heat's on again.
Sorry.
I'm going to start podcasting in the nude.
I don't like this idea anymore.
The camera's up high, you're fine.
Am I, though? Am I? I'm fine till you decide to stand up and do jumping jacks or something.
That's true.
Oh, the other one was the, if the door's unlocked, I'm coming in.
What's funny, I don't do it at my friends' houses. I don't know why. Only when I'm on the clock do I do it. Right. When we go to our friend's house, Gene's like, just walk in and go, no. They're expecting us. I'm like, no, I'm knocking.
Yeah. Yep, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I always felt weird. I remember, like, us growing up, and you, like, I'd be going over to your house and you knew I was coming over and you'd be like, just, door's unlocked. And I'd always get there and be like, it just feels weird.
Yeah, I hear you.
Just walking into someone's house. Unless you're drunk, then, like you said, you're on the clock at that point. So,
yeah. Is that our code for being drunk? I'm on the clock.
It might be now. I kind of like it.
Oh man, it's starting to feel like I'm going to clock in.
Yeah. You working today? Yeah, I'm on the clock. Other people are like, oh yeah, I hear you. Mondays, right? You're like, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. Mondays. Please don't sniff my coffee.
Yeah. Finishing off your glass of scotch. What? Oh man. So, thanks, Ashley, for a very good question.
That was a very good one. I like that one a lot.
Yeah. This is one I'm hoping we get good, a good amount of responses on, because I'd love to hear that.
There's gotta be, hold on. There's gotta be awful biography books out there.
There's gotta be, yeah. Something else is, if you're responding to this, first of all, on Twitter, make sure you use #QTheW unless you directly respond to our post. So that I can find it easier. Also, if there's like a reason for it or a story to it, please attach that. Especially now with Twitter, with Twitter allowing 280 characters, you can, post a whole lot more than you used to be able to.
Right? Well, I just got something random, Brian.
Okay.
I just had, Neil from Dark Angels Pretty Freaks, the Bond, Dom, Tom, Glistens or whatever.
Yeah.
He just commented on the picture I put on Instagram. Let me know when to Skype in. Do you want me to just Skype him and see if he answers? He's not even online.
Well, then there's our answer.
What a jerk.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Well, I guess at this point, we just go into the did you play the end drop for the Q the W?
Oh. Yes, let's.
Show me what you got.
All right. So, yeah.
Boom. I do have the top 10 worst autobiography titles.
Okay, let's hear them.
Yeah. All right, so. Why do they always start at number 1? I want number 10.
Yeah, I want the worst one. Give me the best one last to build up.
Wow. It's number 10, My Bookie Wook.
Oh.
By Russell Brand.
Ugh. That's awful. Yeah.
Yes. Number 9, Tosh by John Toshak.
Oh, now see, if it was by Daniel Tosh, I would have been like, oh, that makes sense.
Apparently, this guy, he's a former soccer player who also wrote a book of poetry called Gosh, It's Tosh.
Oh my God. See, that's worse.
Yes.
At least with Tosh, it's like, oh, well, he was an athlete. That was probably his nickname or something, But,
yes.
Jeebus. All right.
Boxer Jim Watt wrote, Watt's My Name.
See, I don't know. I appreciate that one.
Fan Dabby Dozy by the Crankies.
Wow. That's okay.
In the Time of Nick by Nick Owen.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Rags to Richie by Shane Ritchie.
I mean, I see what the guy was doing. He's playing on In the Nick of Time, but still.
Right.
No. What was the last one? Sorry.
Rags to Richie.
Whose is that?
By Shane Ritchie.
Okay.
Whoever that is.
Yeah.
This is actually probably my favorite. This should be number 1. This is number 4.
Okay.
If I Did It by O.J. Simpson.
Oh, yeah, right. I'm with you. All right, these next 3 better be really terrible because that one easily should be the first one. Like, that's Hall of Fame. Like, it doesn't even deserve to be on the list. It should just be all time, you know?
Right.
Like, when they opened the Hall of Fame, it was already in there.
Yes. Momentum by Mo Mallam.
I think OJ's is worse.
Yes. This is by Davy Jones. Didn't he just die? Who just died? That was a Partridge Family
Cassidy,
dude just died.
Yeah.
They made a monkey out of me. Get it?
I mean, they did.
But wait. Do you get it?
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
All right. And then Losing My Virginity by Richard Branson.
Why is that?
None of these are terrible, I'll be honest. I was expecting like some awful title name.
Yeah. And there's a couple
None of these are that bad.
No. And really, and OJ easily wins. And it's not that it's a bad joke or anything. It's just like, why the fuck would you name the book that?
Yeah. If I Did It.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm kind of let down by that whole thing, I'll be honest.
I almost bet that if we just walked through a bookstore, through the autobiography section, we'd find worse.
Oh, for sure.
Like, way worse. You know?
Yes.
The best ones would probably be on Amazon by the people who are self-publishing.
Oh my God. Do you think there's nobodies that made autobiographies? Or just biographies?
Oh, man, I hope so.
Oh my God, I gotta look.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Just someone no one knows and it's like, here's my life story. Like, okay, who cares?
I don't even know how to look for that.
I have no clue either.
Oh my God, but I need to find it. I feel like Indiana Jones and someone just handed me an old map.
Right?
Yo, this is the best idea. I hope there's a plumber from Des Moines. It's like everyone needs to know my story. And it starts clacking away.
Right.
It's called best.
And his book's called like Cracked Up or something like that.
Cracked Up.
Plumber, you know.
Yes, exactly. You know, cross-threaded. Right. Something stupid.
Snakes in a drain.
Yes. I don't know how to look at self-published stuff.
I don't either. Yeah. I'm sure.
Oh God, I so want to look for this.
There's gotta be some way. I don't know.
Oh, God damn it.
All right. Well, there's your homework for next week.
Right?
Oh shit. That's pretty good.
Oh man. Well, I just did put in self-published books in their search bar.
Uh-huh.
And I got some, interesting stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Such as Roomies. And it costs $0.
Wow.
For the Kindle edition. Roomies book 1.
Oh wow.
I'm guessing it's something naughty, judging by the cover.
That's ambitious.
It is, isn't it?
Because it's like, you write the first book, putting a number on there is assuming people are going to not only like your first book, but want a second one.
Right.
It's very, very...
Maybe it's the first book's free, and they're like, we're going to get everybody close.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Right?
Edge them a little bit. Yeah.
Here you go. You want the synopsis of Roomies?
Yes.
All right. 3 roommates. 2 guys. 1 love. For Lexi, dodging her roommate's attempt to land her the guy of her dreams isn't easy, especially since these roommates are goofball Travis and sexy as sin Nathan.
Wait. So is sexy as sin Nathan his name, or is it just Nathan?
I would have to see his ID, maybe.
That'd be great.
You have to check the inside of his Hanes.
Yeah, like the cop pulls him over and it's like, "What's your name, son?" Be like, well, I forgot it already. Sexy as sin Nathan. Be like, yeah, right. Let me see your ID. And like, oh, I'm sorry. It really is.
Seems like a good time for this.
More seductive than sex.
I agree.
Thank you, Macho Man.
Nathan's actually his last name.
Yes.
Yeah.
His first name is Sexy as middle name Sin.
Yeah.
Last name Nathan.
Exactly.
When yet another blind date turns into a disastrous nightmare, all bets are off. Now Lexi must decide if it's worth it to pretend not to crave the love of her life, knowing in the end it could destroy what they already have, or keep on fooling everybody.
Damn it. I almost want to download this and read it.
It's free.
Here's our new podcast, Tony. We look for free books, we read them, and then we review them.
That's such a great idea. Do you remember Brian? Brian.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we tried to start a book club?
I do. It was terrible.
It was a terrible.
So bad.
idea.
Yeah.
If we would have started a book club with shit like this, length 54 pages.
Oh, come on. That's totally doable.
That's a post-Thanksgiving dump.
You're right. Send me the link to that.
It's going to be in our links.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to download it right now. Buy it with one click. Oh, deliver it to Tony's Fire? Yes, please.
How convenient.
I think it might be a Black Friday sale. I don't know.
Oh, that's fine. Whatever it is.
Thanks, Tony. You're welcome.
That's weird.
It is weird.
Oh my goodness. Wow. So we got,
I know.
so we have an enthusiast episode coming up where we just review that.
Man. For sure. We should try to get the author on the show.
It's our pilot episode for the new podcast.
Right? Such a grand idea.
Right?
Now I'm just perusing these self-published books.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, well, it's super easy to do, because
fair enough.
Because you don't have to print a bunch up front. You just upload your stuff to Amazon, and then it's print to order. They take a cut, and you get the rest.
Right.
Which is, like I said, on one hand, it's awesome because it allows anybody to essentially become an author. On the other hand, it's terrible because it allows everyone to become an author.
Well, I had a long conversation with a very attractive lady at a bar once about how her man was trying to write a Amazon self-published book about farts.
Wow.
And the only reason I kept talking to her because she was very attractive.
Right. Wow.
Yes. It's amazing how, when
painful.
you're boozed up and a good-looking lady will just yammer to you about stuff like that. And you're like, oh, okay, that's super interesting.
Yeah. I don't have to be drunk for that to happen.
Well, fair enough.
I'd just be like, cool.
Yeah, like, oh, that sounds amazing.
Wow, farts, you say. Wow. That's
super interesting.
deep.
Oh, whoops, is that my dick?
Wow. That's kind of aggressive.
I know. Well, these days you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, no. You have to send it via phone.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's your Twitter, girl?
Yep.
Sliding them DMs.
Slide them DMs.
Yep.
Check out my book, Roomies.
Here's my Snapchat.
Yeah, right. This is something.
It's a rabbit hole is what it is. So,
yeah, I've never really perused the self-published stuff. I'm trying to, I don't know how you can search by price because I want to know, I'm looking for free shit. Because I'm sure the free shit is the worst, but also the best.
Yeah, exactly. I'll love this. So
there you go. Price, low to high.
There you go.
I'm an idiot.
Yep. All right. Well, let's do the end of the show stuff. You and I can workshop this more. Nope.
But.
Oh.
Okay, fine.
All right, fine. So if you want links to roomies and other things, go to saltylanguage.com or check the show notes. Tony puts links and pictures and various other things that will distract you from things you should be doing.
Right.
You can get all of our episodes there, our enthusiast episodes. You can see the networks that we're part of, like the Tangent Bound Network, Geek Life Radio playlist, and
where is it? There it is.
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
entertainment.
Yeah.
So that's that's something, all right. Also, given that, especially because the day we're recording this is Black Friday. If you're going to be shopping on Amazon, please swing by our website first. Click on the Amazon banner. It'll direct you to Amazon. From there, it doesn't cost you anything extra, and they give us a little taste of a referral fee. But also, for the record, they don't show us what you've bought, so
But if they did, we would totally make fun of it.
Oh, for sure. No.
That would be a great segment on the show.
Yeah.
Our listeners bought dildos. Lots of dildos.
I mean, feel free to tell us what you bought, especially if it's embarrassing or hilarious.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, that'd help us out a little bit. Or while you're on the website, check out that Patreon link. Go over there and take a look at what we're offering for various donations. And
what? Just because I've known, that was free. So I was like, damn it, I didn't click for our website. What I've noticed is I'm clicking through some of these romantical books that typical Yahoos write.
Yeah.
Is everything, and obviously this is geared towards ladies. It's like a shirtless, shredded dude, and all you can see is his like chest meat and his abs. And it's like, filthy fiance, shredded dude. One true mate, 2 shredded dude.
Oh, wow. Damn
it. It's funny.
I didn't know the second one came out.
Oh shit, Satan's spawn.
Wow.
Right?
Spicy.
Oh my. Teach me daddy.
Wow.
A mountain man's secret baby romance.
What? Oh my God.
I could do this all day.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So, wow. Yeah. Also, if you'd like to help the show, there's other ways. Like if you're on iTunes, please rate, review, and subscribe. 5-star ball wash.
5-star ball wash.
5-star ball wash. And if you're using other podcast apps like Stitcher or whatever, please use the like or share options. They help us move up in lists and searches and all that kind of stuff.
Indeed.
Man, excuse me. What am I forgetting? Oh, also, you could help the show out just by retweeting our posts on Twitter, like the show links and stuff, or over on Facebook, or, well, not as much on Instagram. You can't, I mean, you can. You have to have another app to repost, but,
Yeah, but if you have the repost app, by all means, repost our shit.
Faux show. Help us out. Let people know. Be like, hey, I like this podcast.
Or at least laugh at the hilarity of it.
Right. You should listen to it, go to their website, go to Amazon, and then buy things and tell them about it.
Indeed.
Or whatever. And then, I guess, yeah, that's all I can think of there. If you want to get a hold of us, the easiest way is on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on Twitter at Stunami, sliding in your DMs.
Oh, shit.
Or should I say, crashing awkwardly into your DMs.
Yes.
Ladies.
Accurate.
That's an old callback.
You can find me at Monotony and, slide into my DMs if you want to talk about a shitty book about farts.
What would be great is if you took all the ideas and wrote your own first.
That would be.
Yeah.
Became, it's just a shredded dude on the cover and just this fart humor.
Yes.
Like, what? I don't get it.
That's a good plan.
Like, why is there a guy that clearly works out 8 hours a day with tribal tattoos on the cover of his book, and it's all about farts?
Because he all that protein. He's
God,
got some.
That is probably the worst thing ever, by the way.
Right. There you go. Beer farts used to hold that record, but
also terrible.
Fucking protein farts. Terrible.
Them protein powders.
Yeah, awful. Anyway.
What if? Oh, I got an idea.
Okay.
Scoop of chocolate protein powder, which is what I have over there.
Yeah.
Top it with a Guinness.
So you get both?
Yes.
Yeah, that's smart right there.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Extra potent.
Exactly. Just birth Satan into my ass.
Wow. Is that the Satan spawn?
Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
No, I had to click off of Amazon when one of the books I saw was called Buck Me Daddy, a single dad cowboy story.
God damn it.
Shredded dude, tribal tattoos, and a cowboy hat.
Right, of course, right. Oh my God. All right. So, Oh, where were we on the links? We did the Twitters.
Just the Twitters.
Yeah. On Snapchat, I'm at Ninjitsu.
Salty_language on the Snapchat, and we are Salty Language on the Instagrams. I've been pushing that hard lately.
Yeah, you are.
So check us out on the Instagrams.
Yeah, or else. I don't.
Yeah.
I got nothing there. Or if you want to send us an email for any reason, it's saltylanguage@gmail.com. I think that's all the social medias. All the links are on the website, so if you need like the snap codes or any of the links to our social medias, they're right there on the website. Nice and convenient.
How convenient.
Vera convenient.
Yes.
So, I think that's it, man. So
I think that's a show.
Yep. So I guess until next week, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Stay salty.
And don't forget your kitchen codpiece.
Maybe
it's pretty.
We should write an Amazon romantic thriller about a podcast. Like 3 podcasters, 1 studio. So much tension.
Oh my god! And then using the reference from O&A where they refer to like the third mic as a whole sometimes.
As the whole.
Yeah.
Perfect. How romantical.
Very romantical.
All right.
Yep. All right, folks. Enjoy your Christmas shopping. Sorry, holiday shopping. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, peace out.